President Trump's action-packed first 50 days does not stop there. Here's part two of the administration's newsworthy moments.
I am here tonight to deliver a message of unity and strength.
Therefore, I have recused myself in the matters that deal with the Trump campaign.
Is it possible that that previous administration was listening to the conversations that took place in Trump Tower?
I'm proud to support the replacement plan released by the House of Representatives.
Joining me now, Adam Goodman and Kevin Paul Scott. Adam, listen, we got $3 trillion added to the stock market. 90 Barack Obama-era regulations have been jettisoned. We've got consumer confidence and business confidence brimming to levels not seen in decades. It certainly has been a seriously eventful, positively eventful first 50 days.
Well, I can tell you the 50 days feels like 50 years to some, and to others that were just warming up. The good news about all this is we have a leader, a president, who actually is doing what he said he was going to do. I'm going to take on Washington, shake up the system, and get things done. He's the get-it-done-now president. And darn if he isn't doing that, Charles, in a big way. And the thing about change, as we all know, it makes people nervous when you change from something that becomes habit, even if the habit is something that is not good, like Obamacare and the rising premiums and the destructiveness of a foreign policy where it seems like we lost our way and lost the tiller of leadership. So it does make people nervous, but change that works renews the faith. And I think Donald Trump now has before him an opportunity to do just that.
Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, when we look at the style-wise, if you didn't like Donald Trump on the campaign trail, you're not going to like him as president. If you liked him then, you're going to like this. The substance is really where we're going to get to see what Donald Trump is really going to be like. In the first 50 days, he's been very conservative. He has really appealed to the conservative base. This health care law is going to be an interesting scenario to see. Is he going to go with more of the moderate leadership of the Republican Party? Is he going to...
Well, he's already, right now, he's backing the Ryan plan, so it seems, I mean, unless he changes his mind.
He is. Well, so, and that, I think, is he going to try to bring conservatives along and bring them a little bit more to the middle on that, or is he going to continue down the path? And I think that's where we're going to see. 50 days in, he's gone very conservative. The next little bit, is he going to try to come back towards the middle a little bit, try to be this kind of unifier, more moderate? That's going to be what's going to be interesting to see. And does he continue to keep the support of the very conservative base if he ends up staying true to this Ryan plan?
But here's the thing, though, Adam. We know that President Trump is redefining the Republican Party. He's not a purist. We knew that. He didn't run on that either. So we know that there are going to be some changes. And I think at least what we're seeing is the pizza, the bowling, the meetings, what we're hearing from everyone, even Democrats and union leaders, is that when you get in the White House, the president is very cordial. He's a great listener, and no one's walked away from there angry. So maybe he is starting to gel this into his vision of the GOP.
You know, the wonderfully watched program, House of Cards, where Spacey will turn to the camera and basically give the audience a heads up about what's about to happen. I can tell you none of that's happening right now in Washington because there is no script from the past that is governing what is happening in the now, which is why I think it's refreshing. People are going to the White House, they're meeting with the president, they're finding he's very open and engaging, and he really seriously is looking, as a CEO would, for remedies and answers, not based on rhetoric, but on real results. And I think that's something that Washington isn't used to, and I think people are going to warm up to. And one more thing, as far as the poll numbers are concerned, I mean, listening to the last segment, poll numbers really are not consequential right now, Charles, until the president has a chance to get in the batter's box and start to swing. And I think he's going to hit a lot of balls over the fence. Kevin,
the joint address to Congress, it wasn't an official State of the Union, but it had that feel. 40 million people watched it. That has felt like the high point thus far of Trump's presidency. It's young, but it proved a lot of points. It proved to a lot of doubters that he's quote unquote presidential. But since then, we've seen the market struggle. We've seen him return to Twitter. Is there some kind of happy medium that President Trump may have to find with regard to reaching out to the rest of America beyond the Republican base?
Well, I think on this, we can talk about his style or his approach, but ultimately he's got to continue to do what he's done so far in taking his message directly to the American people. The reality is you can love him or hate him. He's not going to get a fair shake from most of the media. If he's going to communicate his message, he's going to have to do it directly as much as possible. I think he's finding new ways to do that. The joint session was one of those ways. I think we should look for more of that over the next few months.
All right, guys. In the meantime, I don't think I'm tired of winning yet. Thank you both very much. Have a great weekend.